May 11th, 2018, new edition of RoutingBox Friday today. We're going to talk about some really important stuff around routing. We actually did a video on routing kind of way back at the beginning when we first started RB Friday Live, but it's still something that comes up so often, we decided to kind of revisit that. So while we're waiting for some folks to join and join us live, I want to go through some quick things in terms of what we are going to do next week. So next week's going to be a really important version of RB Friday to join if you are an existing RoutingBox customer and you're working with MAS. You got a notification from MAS last week about some changes happening in the way that trips are being distributed and how you're being notified. There's some really unique things that we're going to do for you. We actually have some tools available that not everybody's using, so we want to make sure we get that message out. So next Friday is going to be dedicated to the kind of the new distribution rules that MAS is using and how RoutingBox can help you. So if you're an existing RoutingBox customer or if you're in New York State and you've been thinking about RoutingBox, next week is going to be critical to join. Friday at 1 o'clock, we'll be here live. We're going to talk all about that stuff. So mark that on your calendars. Make sure you join us. There's going to be some really, really important information for you to adjust to kind of what's happening and what's changing effective June 1st. So again, make sure you're joining. If you're a RoutingBox customer, have your employees like our page, have them mark it on their calendars, have them join us Friday so we can talk through some of the ways that we're going to be able to help you manage that change. So before we dive into the routing topic this week, I want to touch on just a quick thing in RoutingBox Friday for the message going out today. We have a new import file going out for our Colorado customers. So if you're in Colorado, there's a new import file going out. Check that out to see if that impacts you. Now we've given everybody some time to join us. Let's talk a little bit more about routing. This is the number one thing we get, which, fair enough, our name is RoutingBox, so makes sense. And the reason our name is RoutingBox is because really, RoutingBox is designed to be kind of a toolbox to help you put together the best routes. So a lot of times folks come to me and how do you help me get together my best routes? Where's the button I press to get my best routes? And there are some other software providers out there that say, hey, all you have to do is put your trips in and click a button and you get the best routes. And we've kind of, those that our customers obviously know this, or those that have met with us, know that we've kind of resisted this notion that you press one button and you get your best routes. And the reason why is, what does that mean? What are your best routes? Because I bet if you ask yourself that question, even if you ask people within your own organization that question, you'll probably get different answers. Then your local competitors in the region around you nationally, you're going to get hundreds, if not thousands, of different answers as to what are your best routes. There's just too many factors. Obviously, there's a lot of things that change throughout the day. You have, obviously, will calls that you don't know when they're coming back. You're going to have changes in addresses. You're going to have changes in locations. You're going to have add-on trips that you weren't expecting, hospital discharges, et cetera, et cetera. So you have all that change in the day. So planning out best routes and then having all that change, those best routes are no longer the best. So that's first problem. But second problem, even just designing, let's say all your trips were fixed and nothing ever got canceled or changed and everything was just in this perfect world. Even in that circumstance, what does your best route mean? You may have different payers either within your organization that you may treat differently, or obviously between different types of organizations. Maybe you have a payer that gives you a lot of volume, but they don't pay really well. So multi-loading and getting as many people into these vehicles as possible is critical for you to remain profitable and be able to continue to provide transportation. But you have other accounts that are premium service. They want you there 15 minutes early. They want only one person in the vehicle. They want premium vehicles, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to treat those trips very differently than you're going to treat those low-paying trips where you've got to kind of make things happen to make it more profitable. Again, those premium trips, maybe you're arriving 15 minutes early. Those other trips, maybe you're getting as many trips as you possibly can in because, again, you have to retain profitability. So just that alone, then we have, are you doing bariatric? Are you doing two-man assist? Do you have aids in the vehicles? Are you supplying oxygen? Obviously, you have wheelchair versus taxi or livery trips. You have stretcher trips. What all these different factors. What does traffic look like in your area? What geographic issues do you have? I mean, we're going to a trade show next month in Pittsburgh that we're really excited about, the CTAA Expo. And Pittsburgh's a city that's built amongst a bunch of rivers and mountains. It's much different getting around in Pittsburgh than it is here in Buffalo, where it's pretty mostly flat terrain, nothing too crazy going on. And it's much different here in Buffalo than it is in New York City because of traffic. Some of our customers on the coast, they really face challenges with peninsulas and capes and islands that they need to get on and off of and cross bodies of water with ferries or large bridges. There's just so many things that can affect what your best routes are. How long can someone be in the vehicle? I mean, I can go on, and these are just coming off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing dozens of other factors that could impact what really are your best routes. So we think that best routes are really a custom thing, and that's why, you know, RoutingBox is built the way it is, built to be a toolbox. So we've got a bunch of tools in the toolbox, and you can decide which ones are best for you for your best route. So if you have commission drivers that you want to spread things out, great. We'll show you how you can use RoutingBox's tools to identify dollar value, so you can make sure that your drivers are kind of balancing so everybody's profitable. You want to get just the most efficient routes possible with least amount of mileage? Great, we'll teach you how to do that. You have certain accounts that have certain constraints? Fantastic, we'll teach you how to do that as well. You have trips that always go to the same drivers or vehicles because you like providing that premier experience, or maybe you're providing transportation for children where having the same driver is very comfortable for them. Fantastic, we've got a tool for that too. So RoutingBox is built to be flexible. So, you know, when it comes to routing, as you're shopping for software, you're looking around, or if you're using RoutingBox or another software, that's something you've really got to ask yourself is, what does best routes mean, and how could a button that everybody uses give me my best routes as well as this guy his best routes and that person their best routes? And that's really why we've kind of we've stayed away from that. So believe me, we look into this every day. We want to look into better ways to give you the best routes possible, and it's something we work on every single day to make sure that we give you the best tools possible. We have some great tools coming out in the near future to help you even more than we do already. But when it comes to best routes, don't get tricked, don't get fooled by some of the things that may be out there that make those promises. Make sure that they work for you, and if they do, awesome. That's great. Make sure you find the best tools for you. But make sure when you think of best routes, what does that really mean to you? What impacts are the different aspects of your business going to have on what your best routes are? And if you want us to show you how RoutingBox can put together your best routes, give us a call, whether you're an existing customer or if you're exploring software and you want to check RoutingBox out. 716-202-9121. You can comment on this video. You can send us a Facebook message. You can go to our website at routingbox.com, send us an email, request a consultation, whatever is easiest for you. We're here to help you out. Again, that's 716-202-9121. Again, for those of you in New York State who are doing trips for MAS, join us next week. Very, very important episode. Let all your friends in the business know. Let everybody know what's going on. Invite your employees. Make sure we have everybody on there so we can talk about how we're going to help you out with that next Friday at 1 o'clock. Until then, we hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and we'll see you next week.